Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video we are going to try this assignment question. This assignment question is asking, write a C program that will generate random numbers, 30 random numbers between 1 and 20, like this. They have given the sample like this, and also it's going to answer enter a number to be found, and if the user enter a value that's within this generated number, it's going to count it for us and say how many times it's appearing in this generated numbers. And if it's not appearing, it's going to say 0 times. And if the user enter 0 value is equal to 0 or less than 0, it's going to exit the program. Okay, now let's go ahead and see how to write a program for this one. First, I'm going to introduce an integer type of variable. Also, we need an array to store the 30 numbers. Let's go ahead and declare them integer. And first I call this one nums. In this one we are going to create like 30 space so we can store 30 numbers. And then I'm going to declare an integer type of variable I, and that's it. Now we are going to create a for loop to print out the 30 numbers. For loop, I initialize I with 0, and we set the condition I is less than 30 because we want this one to run 30 times. And then I plus plus, and then inside of this for loop we are going to give an equation for generating the random numbers, and the numbers has to be within 20. Num array I is equal to whatever the value that's printing is going to be stored in the array. That's why nums I, this one nums I is equal to random numbers. We put rand bracket for random numbers, and if it's want to be within 20, we put a %20. If we put like this, the 20 will not be included. So to include 20 also, we have to put a +1 right here. Okay, now the next thing is we are going to print out and display the printed numbers. To display the printed numbers, we are going to say printf. We are going to give a printf statement. In this printf statement, we are going to say generated numbers are and then we want to print 30 numbers, so we want to give a for loop for that one too. For loop, that same thing as previous. I can just copy paste this one here, same as previous one. And the next thing is we are going to print out the numbers from the array. Okay, printf statement. In this one we are going to print out the numbers. All the numbers are integer type, so we put a %d, and also to have a comma in between number, I put a comma like this. And then the numbers are going to come from nums I, that's the array. Okay, now this is done. Now also we have to search for the numbers. To search for the numbers, I'm declaring an integer type of variable to search. Like this is like whatever the user enter the value after 30 numbers are generated, we are going to ask for the user to enter the number to search. So whatever the value the user enter is going to be stored in search. And then I'm creating a while loop. In this while loop, if while 1, I set the condition to be 1, and then inside of this while loop we put a printf statement. And in this printf statement we are going to give a prompt to the user to enter the number to be found. Enter a number to be found, and the number should be greater than 0, because if it's less than or equal to 0, the program is going to exit. So we put a condition also here to let the user know it's between above 0. So like if the user want to exit, we can say press 0 or less than 0 to exit. So we can mention it right here. And then we are going to put a scanf statement to get the number from the user. Scanf statement, here we put a %d. since the user is going to enter the integer type of variable, and whatever the value the user entering is going to be stored in search. So we put ampersand search, and then if the user enter a number that is above 0, we are going to give a break condition for that. If the user enter a value that is less than or equal to 0, because we want to end the program if the value is less than or equal to 0. So if I set an if statement for that, and in this if statement we are going to give a break. Break mean it's just going to finish it right there if the value is less than or equal to 0. Okay, that's what we want. Now the next thing is, now integer, I'm declaring an integer type of variable, and I name this one as count. This is going to count how many times the number appears. For example, if the user enter 13, it's going to find out how many times that 13 is in the generated numbers. Okay, for that, to count that one, I put a count, integer count, and I initialize this one with 0. And then we are going to create a for loop to check all the numbers. Again, that for loop should be 30 numbers, like it should run 30 times to check with everything. Paste it right here. And then if the num in the array, if the nums in the array, if it's equal to the whatever the value user enter that search, we are going to increase the count by 1 each time. If it's equal, it's going to increase, so we put a count plus for that. And then finally we are going to give a printf statement. In this printf statement, it's going to say %d, this number, the value user enter is appears %d time. That's the count value. Okay, %d time or times. We would have s like this, and then \n for the new line. And the first value is number, like that value comes from the value user enter. This number appears this many times. So first is search, and second is count. Search, and the second one is count. And then finally printf end \n. Now that's it. Now this one should work perfectly. Let's see if I'm missing any semicolon. I usually miss that somewhere. Let's see. Okay, I missed a semicolon after scanf statement, and then that's it. I think it will work. Okay, let's go ahead and run this one. Okay, scanf percentage. Okay, let's see what's wrong here. Now my count, it's a count is not declared. I declared this one right here. Integer count plus. Maybe it's better to declare on top. Let's declare right here and see what we get. Okay, now it's working perfectly. So we have the 30 numbers between 1 to 20. Okay, and now we are going to see whether a number exiting to twice or like more than one time. Let's put 13. Let's see what we get. 13 appears 0 times. That's not true, because I'm seeing a 13 right here. Okay, there's something wrong with the program. Let's see everything is correct. Hey guys, there was a small bug in the programming, like the one I wrote before. I wrote the same thing again. Now it's working perfectly. I put the code in my blogger. I put the link of my blogger in the description, so you can go ahead and double check it. Okay, I put the same thing. I didn't change anything. Now it's working perfectly. Okay, let's go ahead and run this one. Okay, now we have 30 generated numbers. Let's go ahead and search a number. For example, if I search 12 appears one time because we have 112 right here. Let's put 55 appears 0 time because we don't have any 55. And if I enter 0 or anything less than that, it should exit the program. 0 end. Okay, and that's how we do that. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and if you are trying to learn C or C++ programming, there are a bunch of videos in my playlist. I hope you guys watch that too, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.